Hi, this is Mike. Excuse me. Of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. I am taking a brief break from trying to get into orbit. I've been doing a bunch of missions that are, anything that's test a thing at when landed. So I've actually got enough money to have upgraded the R&D a step, which is why I actually have aerodynamics now. And mostly that's important because I got these wheels. And the other thing is being able to upgrade my my R&D is that I can now take surface samples. I want to right click. Left click actually. So my Kerbanaut here. I cannot. I thought he could take a surface sample. No, there we go. Take surface sample. Surface seems to be very hard, like concrete. Might actually be concrete. Could be a very good surface to land on. So that's 9 science, which is quite a lot. Can only be extended controlled by a scientist. That's interesting. Now, the materials bay and the mystery goo can only be observed. I wonder if I've not made a terrible mistake. I wonder what level of scientists need to be able to reset the experiment. Anyway, 9 science. At this stage of the game, I need about 45 science to get anything done. And 9 science here and there is quite a good idea. So let's take the brakes off. Whoa! Let's throttle down a lot. Oh, I shouldn't find that as funny as I do. Oh, dear me. Okay, that was exciting. Apparently, if you're going to make a Science Rover out of a jet engine, you need to go very, very... You don't need very much throttle at all. Well, I didn't lose the experiment. Well, yeah, I didn't lose the experiment, so that's alright. I can still stand on it. That's entirely hilarious. Oh, I did lose the science. I didn't get the. I'll just leave myself to do it again. Pump. So this is still runway. So I'm just going to run down here. I'm going to grab a surface sample at KSC. And I think I'm going to fly this one again. There we go. So that's 9 science, and I don't need very many of those before I start getting quite useful amounts, enough to buy me a new, tier. Now let's see if you can get on there, and then so I have to hit F and then. I'm just bored. I'll just go straight in. So we'll recover that. I should have gotten out. Well, realizing now that I was going to crash, I should have gotten out. And I thought the game was going to crash, but never mind. Anyway, so I've restarted the game and I've recovered the vessel. And look, science! Look at all the science I've got. Got 18 science just from that. So that's pretty sweet, Let's uncrew. Let's chuck in a scientist. Look at this nice thing. You actually get a thumbnail. You can't tell the difference because I've only really launched one thing from the pad. So the autosave ship is the same as my one saved ship. But there. You get little thumbnails of what you see. And also I've changed my flag. So we're going to chuck... oh no, he's still there. Go away. Bob. Bob's going in there because Bob's our scientist. Bob could also do with experience points because Valentina and Jed already have experience points. Launch. Now, what have we learned today, children? We have learnt that if you're going to Science Rover, then you need to turn your throttle way down. So if I can turn our throttle off, and then we're going to go. Wait, we're simply going forwards, even throttle can. Whoa. Right, and now we're throttled off. So it goes forward, which is good. Now I only get one. Oh, I haven't actually. Might as well do the mystery goo on here. Because I haven't actually done the mystery goo here. And I'll do a materials bay as well. The materials shows a sign of change, though one of the samples seems to be judging me silently. Now, what I am hoping, I don't have a huge amount of reason to think this is the case. I'm hoping that the engineer will be able, the scientist will be able to clear the experiments. You might need to be more experienced than he is to clear experiments. I actually don't know if they can do it at all. In the olden days, all scientists were capable of doing was increasing the amount of science you got when you transmitted things, I think. They just added a small amount of science. My lord, the starting runway is awful. It's so lumpy. Man. I would not want to start an actual aircraft on this. Like they were meant to go into the sky or something. Well, technically speaking, I can make jets now. So maybe I should do that. But what I'm aiming for is the nice smooth... Oh, we seem to have lost control. I'm using there's a steerable wheel on the front there, which has failed. Wait, are they all steerable? The back ones were meant to be fixed. Well, ain't that a dilly of a pickle? Oh well. I am currently Mr. Fail. The back ones were meant to be fixed. Okay. That explains a few things actually. I thought they were slightly not quite the same size and shape that I thought they were meant to be. Well, that's aggravating. Yeah, I lost control somewhere around there and then just fell over. Yeah. Not as stable as I'd have liked. The Science Rover. This is why I don't like making. I don't like spaceships. I don't like making rovers because they keep falling over and making me look foolish. The mystery available? Already observed it. You just seem to behave very much the same as it always does around here. So, what we'll go on EDA. And you'll fall over immediately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take restoring functionality will require scientist. And you can restore it. Sweetness. Now maybe he can't. I very much doubt he can. Oh, that is brilliant. That's the thing. Now, all I need to do is make a craft that won't just fall over, and I'll be able to make a proper Science Rover. Yeah, very much so. Oh! You can climb on top of it. That's interesting. He's not going to be able to push it over because that leg is in fact in the way. Let's try. This isn't going to work. No, it's not worth it. Oh well! Can I just go straight to boarding this? Grab it, board. But that does mean that the Science Rover concept is good, and if I can make one that won't just fall over, then with the scientist on board, I'll be able to collect all the science. So even that got me 11 science. Yeah. So apart from I got multiple mystery goos from the runway. I could have got another science back from them. Have an XP again. Woo. Ooh. So there you go. But that's enough of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make a version of that actually works, and then I'll probably wander around. But I do want to have another go. See if I'm going to get Valentina into orbit. That's a bit weird. That's bits of the flag going all over the place. Nice. Oh, I've got a big solid rocket booster, which is kind of nice. What's my max thrust? I want that. A Reliance, because it's got more thrust. Now the thing is, what I had before, because the fuel tanks were smaller, in order to get enough fuel to maybe get me into orbit, I was starting to run up against the parts limit. Now I may still run up against the weight limit. Parachute missing. That is a very good point, actually. Yeah, so yeah, I thought I was wanting to use. Yeah, these are the fixed gears are like that, and the steerable ones are like that, and the fixed ones are like that, and you can kind of tell that these are designed to be attached to different points on the aircraft, and so I really could have done with those fixed ones on the side, but I didn't get them to that. Those two parachutes worked enough last time, so we'll do that. I know a thing. Let's put a heat shield on. I really shouldn't be doing this because because the game's gone wonky. I should immediately be paranoid that the whole thing's just gonna fall apart. Yeah, so I put those two in the same group, so when that separation happens, those parachutes go, and I might be able to recover this stage. Right, how many parts have I got? I've got more mass, and I've got quite a few more parts. Oop, I don't want 3. Oh, maybe 2. Oh, the aerodynamics. Now I've got choices of wings here. Delta Deluxe winglet. Built-in aileron. Much more lift, but I don't know if it's got any actual. So I think the original winglet doesn't have any control surfaces. That's got some control surface on it. So I want to use that. The tail fin there. Certainly not going to the extremes of actually making a full-on aircraft. Right, so that takes me over my mass by quite a lot. So I think I'm going to not do that. I think I'm just going to go with the hammers. Sports takes me over there. Chuck nose cones on, and then I'm just going to take away solid fuel until it lets me take off. So I can add a whole 2 new parts, so long as they don't actually take up any mass. Some of that is I've got I've got a heat shield this time. What just happened? I don't know how much. Well, let's not do that many. So I can put the goos on, so I can do some science. Oh, and this makes me feel that the whole game is possibly very unstable. So I don't know how confident I should be. Well, we'll go to crew because I want Valentina for no good reason. I just like that idea, Valentina being the first lady to get an orbit, first Kerbal to get an orbit. I don't know if I've still got enough fuel in that to get into orbit. One way to find out, I guess. This is going to work or it isn't, it doesn't really matter. Let's see this one. I don't know if it's going to be possible to do it. With the restrictions I currently have to do with the launch pad, which is weight, and the BAB, which is parts. If I was able to put more weight in, I could put like 2 more fuel tanks on. So I honestly don't know if I've got more chance of getting up than I currently do. I should have done that in the VAB. I'm going to change that flag. Not Australia flag. Turn on the T. Stability assist. And go for it! I'm not spinning like I was last time. I'm going at max speeds very quickly. I'm getting Mach effects. So we're going to start turning. Very gradual turn. I don't want to go too fast. Which I like that noise. And this was the boosters landing at the bottom. I'm okay with that. craft is fighting me, which so I may have made it overly stable. I'm beginning to get re-entry. Well, heat effect basically. I can't make this thing turn. Actually, we'll go to map view. Bring up the nav ball. Now I'm beginning to turn. So I suspect I'm out of. I may be less in the atmosphere than I was. Right, what have we got in the way of fuel? Some. My apoapsis is 87. So I wasted quite a bit of fuel the first time I flew a craft like this. Like a lot. Now yeah, you can see that it's much easier for me to turn the craft now. I suspect it's because I'm out of most of the atmosphere. I'm gonna have a look at the goo. The goo. Okay, so that will seem to be useful. We'll get a crew report. Still, oh, I can EVA now. Sweet. Get back in. So it's going to be a question of whether I'll be able to circularize this, or even just get to a circular orbit, then have some. Hopefully, I have fuel enough to get back down again, because I do not have the facilities to get her back down again if I don't have enough fuel. So in many ways, the worst situation I could be in is to have exactly enough fuel to circularize. So I think I'm going to have to be very cautious. It's looking good. Don't know. No, actually, I don't think I'm not going to make it. No. It would seem I need quite a lot more than I have available to me. I don't look. It's looking like I will not. I don't have enough weight capacity. There are things I could look at. I could look at, instead of using the 4 of those smaller boosters, could I use 2 of the bigger boosters, and would that do me better? Stuff like that. Let's observe that mystery goo. Clumped into spheric gone brittle, so I clearly have done space already. Have I done this one? Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Don't think. I actually don't have enough time, I don't think, to do anything. Yeah, I'm going to hit the atmosphere soon. I don't want to be playing around. Now, the thing is about being in the atmosphere is now, because I've got these fins, I've got some modicum of control. Oh, and I'm going all sorts of weird directions. Let's point ourselves back. Prograde. Oh, I've turned off SAS. Or SAS got turned off. Right, I need to spin myself so that the controls make some kind of sense to me. Which they are not. I don't know which way I am going. Okay, so the controls are at 1. So I'm wondering if I can lift my nose. Apparently not. I suspect yes. I get the feeling I'm going to be pointing more or less towards my prograde vector, no matter what I want to do. I want to lift my nose. Let's just spin. I want to lift my nose if I can. Or I could say, stop this for a game of soldiers, and depart. Which I think is the safest thing to do at this stage. So I'm going butt first, which is what I want. And I don't know if I'm going to lose that. Interesting. It's not losing any ablator. Ablator is what the heat shield is for. Oh, there we go. I'm losing some. So that's the heat shield doing its job. I'd quite like to slow down a bit so I can feel comfortable in deploying my parachute anytime now. So that's just Mach effect. That's not heat. So there we go. That went reasonably well. I'm going to see if I can switch to the other thing. I can't. Let's. Oh, we're pointing. We're gradually pointing around. I can see my other bit. My booster. Yeah, I didn't want to take that down with me because I was gonna come down like a dart, which is not good for you. So I think abandoning booster was the right thing to do. So it looks like I'm going to have to upgrade at the very least my launch pad for weight to get to orbit with the things with my current level of technology. And it'll probably be a good idea to upgrade my vehicle assembly bay as well for parts. Although if I can get the next step up in fuel tanks, then that will pretty much fix that problem. Here we are in the ocean. Single star on the horizon. Parachute's about to open. Well, there you go. That's another not getting into orbit. But I think we've tested heat shields. Oh, suddenly the stars come out. Whoosh. Not gradually or anything, just poof, stars. So I wonder if that wasn't a star on the horizon. It was in fact a moon. I think it's a moon. You can tell it's very, very sharp as compared to everything else. So it's possibly a moon. It may even be a long lost booster. That's worked out well. You know, I've got a bit more science. Haven't really achieved very much. I possibly could have. There are a few tasks of. I could. There's a few test things in a suborbital which I could possibly do to get some science points and get some money, and then if I get money, I can upgrade things. So, I've gone through and I've basically done all the testing I can do for stuff that's landed. So I need to start looking for other things that I can do to get cash money in order to fund my science program. Have I done both goos? I've done both goos. We're going to land in the water, and we've already done all the science we can do in water, I think. Okay. You know, I could possibly get out and save the crew report and then stuff like that, but I don't think there's going to be any great use for that. Here we go, splashdown. 3, 2, sploosh. So we're just going to go with that, I think. Ooh, wow. That heat shield, we go quite low in the water with the heat shield on. Wow. Or do we? Yeah. Quite low in the water. I think we'll just recover. I think that's what we're going to do. And have the game crash. Kind of hoping with 1.0 we have less than that, but never mind, never mind, never mind. Well, went back in, went to the tracking station, and here we are. So I've got 25 science, which takes me up to 56 science, and I got some funds back. And Valentina doesn't get any more XP, sadly. Because she didn't get orbit! That was slightly disturbing. So more science. I can now make another thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for basic science, because apart from anything else, this gives me the opportunity to maybe use a probe instead of a crewed vessel, which might get me into orbit that much easier, and I can start. I'll get that contract. I can do other things and start getting science in other ways. Water me optiones. Reaction wheel, quite nice. Winglets. There is space tape, the strut connect. I do like the idea of getting all of that. Rockomax decoupler, brand adapter. Those are all nice things. Those, but not particularly. The Rockomax actually, because you're not actually going to get the big Rockomax type stuff yet. Yeah, I don't think I have anything of the size. I need to start getting in around here into heavy rocketry. That's when I start getting the big Rockomax. Do you like the FLT 400? Would get me more fuel for a given amount of parts, which would be quite good. Might have one more go at orbit and forget about boosters and just make it all out of fuel and rocket and see what happens there. I can't go for these ones. They're obviously level 90. What's the most you need to? Yes, yeah, you start going up to 1,000, because it used to be as the most you get was like 500. I. Miniaturization. Ooh, docking ports. Sweet! Docking ports make me happy. But I won't be getting docking ports for a while. No, no, no. But I am going to go for this because it's going to be enable me to get more science right away. I can add the thermometer onto my science mobile if I can make my science mobile not fall over all the time. And I can start making probes. Now I can start making probes. I can start. I should almost certainly be able to get into orbit relatively easily. So research. Oh. It also opens up some fun things. Solar panel. That's when, if they start giving me satellite missions, I'm going to need solar panels. I'm going to want. That's possibly going to have to be my very next thing to do. Is to get that, just so I can get all the science, and start getting satellite country. I'm gonna have a quick look in there and see if there's anything obvious. Ooh, some landing in flight. And tourist. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to do the tourist ones. I might be able to do them with jets. And doing this particular small landing gear test in flight is probably easier with a jet because you need to be at this very specific set of speeds and all that kind of stuff and very specific height. Testing everything else. In trying to get those with rockets is a pain. Yeah. Okay, I might check some of these, see if I can do them. And visual surveys over Kerbin, which I hate. hate. Although I think I might be able to kind of possibly cheat with that one, because I think I know where that is. I think that's the model rockets and paper product, and that's quite near the flight center, which I think is that. It's either there or there. And what in theory I could do is send a Science Rover out, and because when you do an EVA and your Kerbal is like on the side of the rocket, that counts as in flight. Anyway, I've been babbling. I do apologise. So Valentine's back home safe. We haven't got orbit yet. We're working on it. We'll work on it. We'll sort something out. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I do hope you've been enjoying these videos. Hit like and subscribe if so. You can find Nearly Enough Dice, which is a role-playing game themed podcast and blog. And we are on nearlyenoughdice.com, and we're on Twitter and Facebook. And we're actually on iTunes and all sorts of places. So you can find us all there. And until next time, reach for the stars.